Next up in our small batch series using 3 hops is beer number 5. Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to have the first tasting of beer number 5 in my small batch 3 hop series. What I did was in the Anvil Foundry, I got some grains, put them in there, didn't care what it turned out. I used 11 pounds of 2-row, 1 pound of Vienna. Then for the hop schedule, it was an hour boil, 1 ounce of Citra at 15 minutes, 1 ounce of Amarillo at 10 minutes, 1 ounce of Citra at 5 minutes. Then for the dry hopping, I used 0.25 ounces 3 days into fermentation. And I picked 5 different hops. Now this one is using gesture hops, and I will be doing another smash beer, as if you've been following my channel for a while, I did gesture and Viking malt, and after, I think it was after the first review, that Viking malt really took over and added a lot of honey. So I want to go back and brew that with 2-row, Pilsner, and probably Marisot or malts. But I wrote it down because I couldn't remember. So gesture hops, supposedly tropical fruit, grapefruit, blackcurrant, hints of lychee. So if you take out the blackcurrant, it's almost like a Citra. So I'm sure gesture hops are a lot cheaper. I did not look it up than Citra. So if you're not a big blackcurrant fan and this takes out the blackcurrant, maybe this is something you could substitute in for Citra and save yourself some money. So 6.65% ABV, bottled on 11/10. This is almost a month old. I needed to get these out as I joined a new homebrew club, and I wanted to take one of each of these to the first meeting for everybody to try and get their feedback on it. But I wanted to get mine done so I knew before that what I thought. So maybe hearing their stuff wouldn't sway what I'm getting out of it. Let's go ahead and get it into a glass. And that's a good thing. If you're into homebrewing, you should find a homebrew club and see what it's all about. Taste some new beers. This new one, this is actually their second meeting, and I've seen it. It's up in my local town, and I go in there all the time to get grain and stuff. I try and support my local homebrew store, and it's actually closer than Bell's. And I've seen the sign. I've talked to the guy a million times, and just how it was working out, I couldn't make it, as with all the activities my kids are in. But they actually changed the night, so that worked for me. So getting back to the beer. Head is gone, so beer 3, 4, and 5 really didn't have a head, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't know if it's the oil and the hops that are doing that, or if beers 1 and 2 just had a little bit more yeast in there and it could eat more and carb up a little faster. White from what I do have. Color. It is hazier than beer number 4. I can still see through it. I can still see the light, bright yellow in color. I cannot see the sticker. Some bubbles coming up that I can see. Let's go ahead and smell. This is the smell is a lot lower. I hate to say this, I almost think it's blackcurrant. Like I'm getting, because if I remember correctly, in some of the blackcurrant, it's more of a sour or a tart smell, and that's kind of what this is coming out with. Like I still get some of that fruity citrus, but just from doing these all in the same day, it's like tart. The first thing that I thought of is tart, blackcurrant. If I'm remembering correctly, like the Tool 1,000-pound blackcurrant that we did, Then I think Perrin had a black currant that we did, and it's kind of that smell. But I could be wrong. It could just be like massive, juicy fruit citrus mixed together. But something's coming through tart. Could be bad too. Let's go ahead and taste. Definitely juicy fruit in the taste. Very juicy fruit in the taste. Like the whole entire thing is juicy fruit. Maybe a touch of citrus, but big time juicy fruit all the way through. Aftertaste like a pineapple, mango, generic juicy fruit taste. Yeah, I still get a little bit of it in the smell, but obviously it's not bad. But yeah, very good, big, juicy fruit taste. We'll have to see, but I think this is my favorite out of the five. This one, I don't know if it's because of the carbonation level, but this one tastes thicker. Beers 4 and Beers 5 taste a little thicker than all the rest of them. And I believe Beer 1 and Beer 2 at least had more carbonation bubbles, and that might make it feel a little thinner. But this is definitely good. No bitterness, but like I said, maybe I haven't said a lot of them. I was going more for a New England style hazy IPA than a regular IPA because what I'm going to do actually is make this again coming up, but I'm going to use like Warrior in the 90-minute to push the bitterness up just to see what that changes or how much it changes it. So I wanted to do this, and because I've been doing a lot of, I shouldn't say bitter beers, but you're going to see here in a little bit, a lot of high IBU beers, like from 60 all the way up to like 85, 90. I wanted to do something smaller or less bitter, and I think this worked out well. All five of these, you could brew any of them, and as long as you're into that citrus, that juicy fruit, you'll be fine. I also will be doing this using SO4 yeast. All these are using USO5 yeast. But yeah, this is definitely a solid beer. Yeah, very good. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.